Hi everybody, welcome to my latest YouTube video. Thank you very much for joining me. For this video we're going to be looking at most of the records that we got from Big Apple Records. We've done Quadrophenia and we did the New Zealand copy of the Please Please Me LP. There is a couple of Beatles ones and then there's some by other artists. We'll try and do this in one video because we've still got a lot of things to do that we got from Rob's Records. So I will apologise because it could be a long video, but then it could only be like 10-15 minutes. So the first one I'm going to look at is this, Help. Obviously, this is a reissue, stereo, PCS 3071. I think it's a reissue from the late 70s, early 80s, but what's interesting about this is it is actually a HTM, Harry T. Moss cutting. Now, Harry Moss was the chief cutting engineer with the EMI or the Gramophone Co or whatever you want to call it for many years. And if you've got one of his that's got it, if you've got a Beatles album or any album says HTM in the run out grooves, you know you've got a quality product. He was at the time the best cutting engineer probably in the UK, if not the world. So that's the back cover. And that is the spine. It is in a anti-static sleeve, but it is a new one because the one it was in wasn't really any good. So you've got, let's just put my granddad glasses on, just bear with 1 sec. So it's on a silver and black 2-box EMI logo. Get lighting. And it does say HTM on it. It's also on the run out grooves, or this bit here, it says all rights of the manufacturer and the owner of the recorded work reserved. Unauthorized public performance, broadcasting, copying and throwing of this record is prohibited. Manufactured in the UK by EMI Records Limited. And it does say, it does say that on both sides. So it is stereo, like I say, it's PCS 7071. So I think this is definitely a late 80s copy. The map number is YEX 163, I think it says. Sorry, 168. Yeah. YX 168/4. That's for side 1. And then for side 2, it is YEX 189/4. It is actually, I still think this is more of a late 70s one because it is still a heavyweight vinyl, where in the 80s the vinyl, was really light, thin, wasn't it? So like I say, it is a HTM cutting. Go find it. Is you've got HTM there, which you probably aren't going to see, and then you've got HTM just there as well, just there. I'm getting the light so you can see it right. I think that's the best one actually. It's about there. HTM. Like I say, if you've got any records that's got HTM scratched into the run out grooves, you know you've got a quality product basically. Of course, this was the soundtrack to the second Beatles film, wasn't it? I know in America you got a completely different album to this because you got all the songs on the A side, then you got the instrumental music, didn't you, from the film over like the two sides. Where in the UK we got all the songs from the Beatles songs from the film on side 1, and then we've got all Beatles songs on side 2. So just in case you don't know the track listing, which I should imagine most of you do, it is obviously side 1, songs from the film Help. So you've got Help, The Night Before, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away, I Need You, Another Girl, You're Gonna Lose That Girl, and Ticket to Ride. And on side 2, you don't get anything, you just get the Beatles. So there's no title because I couldn't say songs from the film Help, but I suppose I could have just put songs from the album out, couldn't they? So you've got Act Naturally, Mingo. It's Only Love. You Like Me Too Much. Tell Me What You See. I've Just Seen a Face Yesterday, and then Dizzy Miss Lizzie. I think you can see these labels okay. I think I did actually try to do this yesterday. Every time I came up, it just wouldn't let me do it. I don't know if the internet was playing up or what, but it was like horrible day. So there we have it. Reissue. I would say it's a late 70s reissue. It is in really, really nice condition. In fact, it looks like it's never been played, to be honest. But it has been played because I cleaned it and I played it. And I played it on my project and it sounded absolutely wonderful. It really did. A lot better than that. I seem to remember some of these reissues sounding. I paid £10 for this. On eBay, these usually go for around £20, £25. HTM cuttings sometimes a little bit more. So I don't think I did that bad on that one. Lovely album. If you've got it or you've got a HTM version of it, just tell me what you think. I think it's absolutely amazing. I really do. Also from Big Apple Records, I've got John Lennon, Yoko Ono, Plastic Ono Band with the Elephant's Memory, sometime in New York City. Now, to be honest, I bought 2 copies of this while I was in Nottingham. I got one from Big Apple, and then I got one from Bob's Records. Don't ask me why. I mean, I got 2, and then I got that one, the New Zealand Please Please Me, and then I got a British Please Please Me as well from Bob. So, you know, there is a couple of duplicates, but they are slightly different in some ways. So this was John and Yoko's 1972 album. When he started to get a bit more political. Some fans love it, some fans absolutely hate it. I'm sort of in between. There's songs on it I really, really like, and then there's songs on it that I don't like. And I think basically the second album is only really of any interest for historical value. The sound quality on it's not that good, but we'll go into that anyway. So it is a gatefold sleeve. So it's made to look like a newspaper. So all these headlines and everything are actually the songs that are on the album. The spine and everything is in absolutely fantastic condition. Unfortunately, somebody stuck a number 16 over Phil Spector's head there, which might come off, but to be honest, I'm not really that bothered. It does have the original inner sleeves. I'll just show you, because I've put this in new sleeves as well. So this was the original sleeve for record 1. It was supposed to be, you're supposed to pay for this album, and then the live album was supposed to be free. But all it did was make this a hell of a lot more expensive than an ordinary album. So sometime in New York City, John and Yoko, Plastic Ono Band with the Elephant's Memory and the Invisible Strings, produced by John Yoko, Phil Spector, arranged by John and Yoko. So side 1 is Woman is the of the World. I won't say the word because it might offend somebody. If you actually listen to it, John's actually defending women, where if you look at the title, you'd think he's actually slagging women off, but it is he is actually defending women and saying, you know, we're supposed to love women, but we treat them like, you know, whatever. That was actually written by John and Yoko. Then you've got Sisters Oh Sisters, which, to be honest, is an okay song from Yoko. Then you've got Attic Estate, again, that's written by John and Yoko. That one's not too bad. Then you've got Born in a Prison, which is a Yoko song, which is okay. And then you've got New York City, which to me is one of the highlights of this album. That was written just by John, and really that should have been a single, I think. Then you've got side 2 kicks off with Sunday Bloody Sunday. Again, it's about the troubles in Northern Ireland, basically, which was going on at the time, wasn't it? But then again, you know, John did have Irish heritage, didn't he? So, you know, I suppose he just thought he'd got to say something. Whether you agree with it or not, you know, that's down to your own personal tastes. I think it's actually quite a good song. Again, that was written by John and Yoko. Then you've got The Look of the Irish, which I think is the other outstanding song on this. Now, some people absolutely hate The Look of the Irish, but I do actually think it is a decent song. Again, that's written by John and Yoko. Then you've got John Sinclair, which is probably one of the weakest albums of John's on here. It's very, very repetitive, and to be honest, I don't think the album would have suffered if it wasn't on it, to be honest, but it is on it, isn't it? So then you've got Angela, Lennon and Ono song. Again, it's okay. And then you've got River Water, which is a Yoko Ono song. So all in all, it's not a bad album. It's not as bad as what some people make it out to be, but it's not John Lennon's greatest album, I don't think. But that's just my personal opinion, my personal taste. But like I said, this song I know I do like. So the live jam album, which was supposed to be free but made this very, very expensive, is John and Yoko, Plastic Ono Band with the Mothers of Invention and a star-studded cast of thousands. So side one, you get Cold Turkey. Remember, this is a live version of Cold Turkey. And Don't Worry, Kyoko. That was actually done in December 1969. And it was like the Plastic Ono Super Band. Plastic Ono Super Band. Featured George Harrison, Keith Moon, and people like that. Eric Clapton was on it. And it was done for UNICEF in London. Side two, well, Baby Please Don't Go. It's an old song that apparently John used to sing in Hamburg, but I mean, I've never heard any recordings of the Beatles in Hamburg, but you might know different, I don't know. Then you've got Jam Mag, you've got Scumbag, and Oh, which is basically just John and Yoko and the Mothers of Invasion with Frank Zappa. Again, you know, it's of historical value only. Like I say, it's what it is, unfortunately. So this is sides 1 and 2. The best thing about this is actually the record labels, I think. I think the record label is probably the best thing about this album. One of the best things about the album. That's side 2. And the matrix numbers on this is YX 893/1. That's for side 1. And then it is YX 894/1 for side 2. So it is a original UK first pressing. So that's record 1. So record 2. This is the original inner sleeve, and it did come like this. I haven't made this up. This is how it actually came. John and Yoko present the Mothers, Fillmore East, June 1971. Plastic Ono Band. John and Yoko with the Plastic Ono Band. That was at the Lyceum, London, in December 1969. So side 1 is from December 1969 at the Lyceum in London, and then side 2 is from Fillmore East, June 1971, with the Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invasion. So that's it. And George Harrison, didn't George Harrison do something very similar to the sort of like a sleeve for Dark Horse, didn't he, if I remember rightly? It is what it is. It's not a bad album, but like I say, in my personal opinion, it's not the best album John ever made. So side 1 of record 2 is YEX 895/1, and then side 2 is 896 YEX 896/1. So like I say, it is an original UK first pressing, as far as I am aware. Now, when this album came out in America, you got a postcard with it as well, didn't you? But we never got that in the UK. That is how it was in the UK, like that. It's a good album. To be honest, I've probably been a little bit harsh. It seems stupid that the Free album made that album probably one of the most expensive John and Yoko albums at the time. But if one of them that's got to have everything, then you have got to have it, just for the historical content of the live recordings that are on it. Right, the next one that we got from I paid, I think it was £15 for that. So it's not too bad, is it? Although I've got all copies of it. I just thought I'd get it because it was in decent condition. Now we've got this is one of those albums that seemed to appear all over the place in the early 60s once the Beatles had had a couple of hits. And it's just 15 great songs composed by John, Paul and George, played by the Mersey Boys, whoever the Mersey Boys were. So it is on Decca as well, which is quite ironic for saying that Decca turned the Beatles down. So it is all like cover versions of Beatles songs. To be honest, I haven't played it, so I can't really tell you what it sounds like. It does say to Karen, 10th birthday from Sandra, Mick and Julie. So Karen, if you had this, you know, I've got it now. So it has got pictures of John, Paul and George on the back, which I don't think they'll be able to do today because like copyrights from like EMI and things like that. It is mono, ACL 1169. There's a ghost in my house. So side one, you get From Me to You, All My Loving, Please Please Me, It Won't Be Long, Misery, She Loves You and I'll Get You. Side two, I Want to Be Your Man, Don't Bother Me, Hold Me Tight, Thank You Girl, All I've Got to Do, Ask Me Why, Do You Want to Know Secret, and I Want to Hold Your Hand. And it was produced by Ivan Raymond. And it's on the Decca Ace of Clubs label. Shame they haven't got a picture of Ringo on the back, isn't it? Poor Ringo's been left out again, hasn't he? I mean, in George, it says 15 great songs composed by John, Paul and George. There's only one by George on there, isn't there? But this is actually in pretty nice condition, to be honest. In fact, my missus bought me this. So that is side one. And then that is side two, which I probably will have to play in a bit because, in all fairness, it does look like really, really nice condition. And I think my missus paid, she paid something like £3 for that, or £2. That's not bad, is it? Excuse me, I've got a very sore throat this morning. Also from Big Apple Records, we got a couple of Shadows LPs. So we've got this one, which is Dance with the Shadows. And this is actually in really, really nice condition. It's mono. Catalogue number is 33SX 1619. And it is in a patterns pending Gerhard and Lofthouse sleeve. You see that there. Don't think it means it's worth a great deal. And as far as I can make out, it is an original recording, original UK first press. That is in mono. To be honest, I haven't really heard of many of the songs on here, but I just got it because it looked in really, really nice condition. They do get the sold in the UK subject to resale price conditions, see price list. And it's side one. Metrics numbers on these are quite strange, aren't they? XAX 2617/1N. And on side two, it's XAX 2618/1N. Really, really nice condition. To be honest, it looks like it's hardly been played. It has been played because there's a little bit of spindle wear on it, and there's like a little hairline scratch there. But side one is virtually immaculate. Again, this did have a really, really tatty sleeve in it, which wasn't the original sleeve. So I've put it in a new anti-static sleeve. Now the Shadows, I think sometimes the Shadows get a bit of a ordeal in like British pop history. Yes, they did a lot of work with Cliff Richard and things like that. Because, of course, the Shadows was originally called the Drifters, but then when the Drifters of America started to have fame, they had to change the name, didn't they? But to be honest, most of these songs on it I haven't heard of. So I don't know. But I do know I've got a copy of this somewhere, so I've probably never played. I've played it, but probably can't really remember it. So all in all, they're very nice. It is in really nice condition. You get the flip back sleeve and everything. Spine's in immaculate condition. This is, I think it's probably as nice a condition you could actually get a 1963 original UK pressed LP in. But unfortunately, because it's Shadows, it's never going to be worth a great deal, is it? I paid £2 for that. Well, in fact, I didn't, because I bought that many records from Big Apple Records. They actually gave me these and the next few for nothing. So technically, that cost me nothing. And there's 14 songs on it. And like I say, it is in really, really nice condition. I don't think it's worth it. That's probably worth about £5, isn't it? Then we've got more hits of the Shadows. I'm sorry if it's starting to take a little bit long, but there's only a couple more to do, so I might as well just carry on. Again, from what I can make out, this is an original 1960s pressing. The catalogue number is 33SX1791. Again, this is in the patterns pending Gerald and Lofthouse Limited sleeve. Nice flip backs. See, this is the thing, as being a record collector, I'll buy this just because it's a 60s record, which is why I bought it. I've got a few copies of this. But again, this seemed to be in really, really nice condition. And for £2, I didn't think I could go wrong. And then when he says, well, I'll give you that, because you spent X amount on them, you can have them for nothing. I thought, oh, you. So, you know, it is basically more of the hits. So you've got Foot Tapper, Atlantis, Shindig, Theme for Young Lovers, Shazam, The Rise and Fall of Fingal Blunt, Genie with the Light Brown Lamp, Mary Ann, Stingray, Rhythm and Greens, Don't It Make My Baby Blue, the Loot Number and the Drum Number. Again, the sleeve is in really, really, really nice condition. Again, mono, laminated sleeve as well. You know, if this was a Beatles record in this sort of condition, it'd be worth a bomb, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, because it is the Shadows, you know, people don't really tend to spend a lot of money on Shadows records, do they? XAX, and that's XAX 3942. Sorry, 2942, and then it says /1. And for side 2, it is XAX 2943/1. But you know, the labels and everything absolutely lovely, and this does look virtually mint condition as well. Again, should have been £2. Technically, I got it for nothing. You know, I can't complain, can I? Again, probably worth around £5, maybe £10 on a good day. If you know, and have to put it on eBay and somebody in America wanted it, they'd probably pay £10 for that, wouldn't they? Not that I'm selling it. I have got quite a few Shadows albums, and I will admit I've even got a few Cliff Richard albums. Cliff Richard and the Shadows. Next up, I saw this and had to buy it. I did have this one years ago because Beatle Dave used to be Punk Rocker Dave years and years ago in the late 1970s. And this was the first album by Public Image Limited. So it's just called First Issue. So this is like when John Lydon had been sacked or left Sex Pistols. The only thing is, I mean, it is in really, really nice condition, this, but it hasn't got the original sleeve, which when I brought this the other day, I didn't actually realise the sleeve, that the inner sleeve wasn't with it. But again, it looks virtually mint. Bear in mind, I've cleaned these, so there's no scratches or anything on it. That says 200301A stroke 1 stroke 78. So I presume that means it was really, it is a 1978 recording, isn't it? Yeah. So that's side 1, and then that is side 2. So lots of the songs you won't really know unless you was into your punk or your new wave or whatever at the time. You've got Theme, Religion 1, Religion 2, Anastasia, then you've got Public Image, which was the big hit, wasn't it? Public Image, ding, ding, ding. Then you got Low Life Attack and Food Puddle Stomper. All titles written and produced by Public Image Limited, 1978 Virgin Records. I think I paid £15 for that, which I think is roughly what it's worth. Again, I bought it because of just made me remember being a kid, basically. Yeah, so like you get that on that, you get Johnny Rotten on that one. I think that's Keith Levine, I'm not sure. And then on in the sleeve, you got the pictures of the other 2 members of Public Image Limited at the time. Like I say, that was £15, which I think is about its money into. Then I got Brian Ferry, In Your Mind. I won't get this one out because basically I only got this because it's got Tokyo Joe on it, and I love that song. Again, that should have been £2, but technically I got it for nothing. Rod Stewart, Every Picture Tells a Story, Classic Edition. So basically it is a reissue. It is in nice condition, this. I will just show you this because it is in really nice condition. Yeah, it has got the original inner sleeve with it, but I've put it into another anti-static sleeve. So that is side 1. And that is side 2. Very lightweight record, but in all fairness, that looks like it's never been played. Probably hasn't. Again, it was one of them that I should have been paying £2 for, but again, I got it for nothing really. So I'm not the world's biggest Rod Stewart fan, but I do like his work they did with the faces. That is the original in the sleeve. I paid £2, probably worth a £5 into it, to be honest. Maybe a little bit more on a good day. And then the last record that I got from Big Apple Records, again, isn't anything to do with the Beatles. It is. I'll have to show you. The Great Rock and Roll Swindle, double album. Now you might be thinking, well, you've got one of them, Dave, because you've shown one of these before, which I have. I've got the UK version, but this is actually from Greece. It's printed from Greece, so it is VG 50022/23, and there's a gatefold. And then right at the bottom, it does actually say made and printed in Greece by EMI Records Limited, Greece, SA. Which is a bit ironic, isn't it? EMI pressed a Sex Pistols LP. Bear in mind, EMI sacked the Sex Pistols, didn't they? So that's the front. That is the spine and everything, which is really, really nice condition. That is the back. Because, of course, the Great Rock and Roll Swindle film was originally going to be called Who Killed Bambi. Stills and things from the film inside. Cover that one up, actually. So the track listing, according to this, is God Save the Queen Symphony, Rock Around the Clock, Johnny B. Good, Roadrunner, The Black Arabs, which is basically like a disco version of a couple of Sex Pistols songs put together. What You Gonna Do About It, and then Who Killed Bambi. Side 2 is Silly Thing, Substitute, No Lips, Stepping Stone, Lonely Boy, and Something Else. Side 3 is Anarchy Parlour UK. Bolson was a gas, Bolson was a gas. One's live and one's with Ronnie Biggs. No One Is Innocent, again with Ronnie Biggs and My Way. And then side 4 is Come On Everybody, EMI Orchestral, The Great Rock and Roll Swindle, You Need Hands, and Friggin' in the Rigging. This soundtrack does not include all the songs from the film. Sleeve concept and design Jamie Reed. But I seem to think that in the UK, the track list, although it said that in the inside, the track listing was slightly different, wasn't it? So we'll just have a look at the labels. So this is side 1, and these labels are completely different to the UK version. So that is side 1. And then that is side 2. Again, it looks like that's never been played. I'm sorry, I will try and go as quick as I can. I don't want you getting bored. And then sides 3 and 4. So they'll say side 1 and 2. Side 3. And then that is side 4. Again, look like they've never been played. So yeah, I was very happy to get that. Again, I think I paid £20 for it. It's either £15 or £20. Basically, because it's in a lot better condition than the version I've got, and it is the Greek pressing. I've looked on eBay this morning and I can't find a Greek press of this, so I don't know if I've done well or not on that one, to be honest. But I'm not really bothered because, like I say, I bought these to keep. The amount of money I spent on Thursday when we went to Nottingham, I'll be honest with you, if I'd bought these records to resell, I don't think I'd have really made much money. Some of them I could have made a bit on, like the Quadrophenia and that. Like I said, I paid £20 for that, and on eBay they're going for anywhere between 100 and 200 quid for that New Zealand copy of Please Please Me. The rest of it, I think I've paid virtually what they're worth, apart from them Shadows ones and the Brian Ferry one and the Rod Stewart one, which basically I got for nothing, didn't I? So that's the conclusion of the record haul from Rob's Records. From Big Apple Records in Nottingham. We have still got quite a few to go through, which I got from Rob's Records or Rob's Record Mart in Hertfordshire in Nottingham. Whether I do it later today or not, I don't know. I might just do it anyway. I just don't want people to get bored. But there's some interesting stuff in that as well. There's some duplicates of some of the records I've got, but they're not quite duplicates, where some of them were like reissues. I've got the originals and vice versa. So I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, thank you to everybody that is supporting me in my YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody that is subscribing and liking my videos and leaving comments. If you've just stumbled across this little channel of mine and you're not subscribed, just do me a favor. If you've liked it, after you've watched it, watch it to the end and then leave me a thumbs up, hit the subscription button and hit the notifications button. Then you will get notifications when I'm doing new videos. I do try to do at least one a week, but I am on what we call a long weekend at the minute. So because I didn't do any last week because I was working stupid shifts, and we went to Nottingham, you're sort of like going to be a bit spoiled this weekend. So as always, love your records, cherish your records. From time to time, you do have to clean your records. I've cleaned all these. But sometimes I don't bother cleaning them before showing, but I thought, yeah, they'll get my old project record cleaning machine out and clean them all. I spent 5 hours of the day cleaning records. And the ones that I've played so far do sound absolutely amazing. So thank you for everybody that's watching. And thank you to Dave at Big Apple Records. it's a brilliant shop. If you ever go to Nottingham, it is in West End Arcade. If you go by the bus and get off at the Stage Pub, and you'll see West End Arcade, just go down where the escalator, but it's like stairs now. And there's 33 records, and then there's Big Apple Records. They've always got a brilliant selection. Its prices are very, very reasonable. Like I say, because I've been going in there for a few years now, I do usually get a little bit of discount. Sometimes I don't. Depends how much I spend, but I did spend a hell of a lot of money in there on Thursday. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't enjoyed it, just check out one of my other videos. Beatle Dave, like it says, 99% of the time it is the Beatles, but sometimes when we do record shopping like we did the other day, I'm going to show other records and stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and that's going to be it for now. Hopefully there might be another video later on today. So stay tuned, because you never know what's going to be in them little bargains. See you. So until the next time, excuse me, it's Beatle Dave wishing you all love, peace and happiness, and I'll see you very, very soon.